All right, then. So let's jump in on the program this morning because we're dissecting regulations for gated streets in Lagos, the Yuletide dimension. Joining me in the studios right now is a great friend of the house. He's no stranger to the microphone, and I'm talking about Olawale Musa, the Permanent Secretary, Lagos State Ministry of Transportation. Sir, it's nice to have you back in the building. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
And how are you doing, sir?
Very good, very good.
All right. So the Ministry of Transport, I mean, you guys regulate all things that relates to movement right here in Lagos. How are we preparing right now for the Yuletide season? Let's start first from there.
Yeah, I believe we've made adequate preparation, and it's so far so good. Everything has been smooth. Although we've had a little bit of itches, just like we had that accident that happened along
That's Illumination yesterday.
Yes. It's something, we advise people to not to speed, especially at this period, not to speed. Okay, but we will always have such incidences, but we pray to God that we don't have a repeat of it. But so far, so good. Everything has been going smoothly.
Right. And is that to say that the advocacy arm of the ministry, I mean, have been able to do a lot in terms of engaging some of those drivers for them to realize the importance of this season that we are?
Lagos is very, very dynamic, and you have a lot of people coming to Lagos. So even if we do within Lagos, what of without, that is people coming to Lagos, we can't reach them. It's not that easy. People come from all over the country into Lagos. And so they come with their own complexities and bring it into the Lagos situation. So you always have one or two of them. But I think so far so good. We've had it good. We'll be able to reach out to all our stakeholders, and they have been complying so far.
Right. Even before we still jump in on the gated street issue, any preparations for effective traffic management during this period? Because I know that at times like this, we're going to be having more trips, more vehicles, like you said, more people coming to Lagos, Lagos being the commercial hub and all of that. So any strategy to ensure that traffic flows very well during this season?
Yeah, we already know where people will go. Something that happens year in, year out. We know what people do this period, especially around the markets. They want to go and buy stuff. So we are prepared. We've deployed more men into those areas, and we've had stakeholders meetings with the people around those axes, and we have asked them to comply. And so far, they have been complying. Just if you go to the My 12 area, I like to use that as an example.
Exactly.
Because at this period, you expect to have all this gridlock and everything like that, but it has been very, very manageable, and the sources of our engagement is so obvious.
Mile 2 is one point of call, but I know Idumota, another highly commercialized area as well, Balogun, all those areas.
Yeah, if you go there, you hardly see any traffic because our people are complying.
Great. Let's now talk about the issue of the gated streets, which is the main focus on the program this morning, Mr. Olawale Musa. It's a phenomenon that has been developing over the years. What is the position of government on gated streets?
Yeah, you see, firstly, before you talk about gates, let's talk about the roads. All the roads are linked. And the purpose of having roads is to have easy movement of vehicles, around the state. So if a road is constructed, it is constructed to ensure that vehicles continue to move. So when you have the major roads, you also have what we call the arterial roads. The arterial roads are either feeding the major roads, or they also move traffic out of the major roads. So most traffic are usually on the major roads.
Right.
So the arterial roads are what carry traffic away. So when the major road is having some challenges, you have the option of using the arterial roads to navigate around the impediment or traffic situation.
Right.
But what do we see? We see people immediately we construct road, they now go and put, before you construct, they won't put gates. When you construct the road, they go and put gates, and they make it an exclusive environment for them. And it impedes the flow of traffic around that axis. And what we have told people, yes, they tell you that they have security challenges. Fine. If you have security challenges, we work with the security apparatus of the city to ensure that those challenges are addressed.
Right.
And if you want to install the gate, you have to come to us. We will look at it and look at the impact on traffic. There are some areas we will never we will never allow you to put gates.
Right.
Because even if you man it, we are going to have challenges. Because manning it, open, closing, is going to bring traffic. So we will not. Just imagine somebody putting gates on Kudirat Abiola Way. We have people living on Kudirat Abiola Way,
right,
which is a main road, and it will also have its own security challenge. Okay, somebody putting a gate there because they have security challenge. What is the impact on traffic? So we will not allow, in some area, we will never allow gates to be there.
So the regulation is for people to get in touch with government first.
They have. Any gate that is not approved by the Ministry of Transportation is illegal, and we will remove it once we are made aware of it.
And what are the findings? Because it appears this is being ignored. Not many people know that before they can put up a street, or put up a gate in any of these communities, not many people know that they are supposed to get in touch with you. So what has been the findings of the ministry? Have we have so many contraventions?
We have. In fact, yesterday we removed about 5 gates in some areas. You see, it's not like people don't know. They test the will of government. They say, what will you do? Okay, and especially when people don't complain. The Lagos Ministry of Transportation cannot be everywhere. Okay, people, if it's affecting your area, come to us. We will come and remove them. Okay, if there is an area you navigate easily and all of a sudden you see a gate there, you need to complain. Okay, if I go anywhere I see a gate that is not authorized, I will complain. I will complain to I personally also, because I see some gates somewhere when I get to the office, does this gate have approval? And they tell me no, it doesn't have approval. Oh yeah, go and remove it.
Okay.
So we need people to complain to us, okay, because whether we like it or not, I might not pass through your area in the next 2, 3, 4 years. So I won't know what is happening there. It is when you complain that we will move in. And we also have a team that goes around.
Okay.
Okay. And you know Lagos is very, very large. Just to cover Ikorodu alone, it will probably take us 6 months.
Right.
Not talk of covering the entire state. So we need people to talk to us and let us know what is happening in the houses, and we move in and address the challenges.
All right. So, but apart from traffic, I know that the reasons why some communities mount these gates is as a result of security. But even at that, what is the law? What does the law say about the times those gates to be shut and when it should be open? Yeah,
between the hours. You see, apart from traffic too, we have apart from security, we have safety challenges. Like if we have a fire incident in that area and the gate is locked, how do the fire trucks moving? Okay, it's also a challenge. So even the security itself we are talking about, okay, there is a security challenge inside an area. How do the security personnel, how do they get in when the gates are locked? Okay, God forbid, okay, there is a robbery incident in an estate, okay, and it's gated, it is locked. Okay, how will the policemen come in and rescue? Okay, so what we say is that you come to us, if you approve it, between the hours of 5 a.m. and 10 p.m., okay, the gates should be opened. Okay. And between that 10 p.m. and 5 a.m., it can be locked, but it should be manned.
Okay, somebody must be there.
Somebody must be there at all times. So if you have the luxury of having the gate, you should also have the luxury of employing people to man it so that you can open and close it for security and safety.
Right. This is the Yuletide now. We're already in it. And the dimension at this period, Permanent Secretary, is that a lot of people want to use that to bring some kind of side attraction, perhaps carnivals and all of that. What is the position of the ministry on that?
As far as I'm concerned, no street parties is allowed in Lagos State. We have had people applying to us and we respond that it is not allowed. If you want to do your parties, go and take event centers, pay for it and have your parties there. Because the truth is, we need to get... Lagos is very highly populated, dense when it comes to traffic density. We need to keep our people moving. Yes, we like to enjoy ourselves. You know, that is the dynamics of Lagos. You know, everybody wants to have fun. Okay, but when you're having your fun, you also have to put into consideration other people. In your street, you are probably maybe 100 in your street, and a population of about 24 million, as we say. People will want to navigate in the houses, and you lock the gate. People want to, sometimes this breakdown traffic is something you don't anticipate.
Definitely.
I used to use one example. There was a time in Agege, I was not used to Agege that time. There was traffic around Capitol Road. So you now see people navigating, they're taking alternative routes. So
Right.
funnily, the way Lagos we now started following until I followed somebody to his house. Because I saw some other people navigating. I didn't know, the road is now divided into two. I just took the wrong one. The guy went to his house. I now have to return back to where you just see naturally people will start navigating alternative routes and to get you away from the traffic. Imagine all of you now navigate those routes and the place is blocked. What do you need to do? You now start reversing. Inside that place, you now start causing traffic again. You understand? So this is meant to ease traffic on the road. So we don't want those gates except we plan. It has to be planned. Okay, the closure has to be planned.
Right. Okay, then Lagos Traffic Radio, 96.1 FM. This morning, we're dissecting gated streets and the impact they have on our communities. And joining us this morning is the Permanent Secretary, Lagos State Ministry of Transportation, Mr. Olawale Musa. We're talking about regulations for it, and we'll be hearing from you as well. But let's go to the streets. And Temidayo Anthony has been speaking with some people right here in Ikeja. She actually went to a bar there to find out from them what they think about communities that lock their gates during Yuletide celebrations, and also what should government do to them if such communities are found wanting. Let's have a montage of that.
Good day to you, sir.
Good day.
Compliment of the season.
Same to you, my dear.
So we're asking about your area. Is it a gated street, gated estate?
Yes, he has a gate.
So during Christmas season, is it always locked or open to motorists?
It is free. Even if a car come back around many times, they usually open the gate for any car, any vehicle that comes.
Right, so what's your reaction to communities or streets or estates that lock their gates against motorist movement?
I'll just say a few words about it because it is something that is very, very bad. Even at times, they will just lock the gate around 7 while people are still at work coming back. Did you get? They'll just lock their gate while people are still about to come back. Because there are some streets that lead to a major road. In my own street there, at Ikate, what I'm saying, Ikate Surulere side, they will just lock the gate while it will be very, very difficult for a resident to come into to their places like that, you understand? So it's very, very bad. At times we experience all these difficulties, things to go to get into our destination, which is very, very bad. It is very, very bad for a street to be locking their gate around 7 o'clock while people are still outside.
Thank you.
Thank you too.
Good day to you, ma'am. Yeah, so we're asking questions regarding communities that lock their gates during Yuletide period, time of celebration like this. What's your opinion about such acts?
Well, left to me, they actually lock the gate because of a security purpose, and most times I didn't believe it's the CDA that is in charge of this locking of the gates, in the sense that it's those boys, let me use the area boys in that community, that make use of that opportunity. For instance, probably when there is traffic in the main road and the what's it called? All those buses want to pass the streets, so they will lock the gates so that they will be able to use it to generate funds, but not the CDA. Left to me, from my own perspective, I think it's not the CDA, because most times once there is traffic along that express road and we pass through the streets, they used to tax for money. Then how much is it? Probably 100 naira or 200 naira.
So if we found communities like that wanting, what should be the consequences?
I think, how will I put it? The government should probably have a meeting with the CDA people and warn them. Well, I think the gates should always be open. The street gate should always be open because of emergency. They may close it late in the night, around 10, 11, but during the day, they shouldn't lock the gates, especially during this festive period.
Good day to you, sir.
Good day.
Compliments of the season.
Thank you.
Right, is your area, your street, your estate, is it gated?
Yes, it is.
What's your take about communities that lock their gates during Yuletide celebration?
Well, I know it's for security reasons, but based on that, the Yuletide season should be a moment where we should open our gates, because we know that in Lagos, traffic is really, really very high. And so in the season of love, or the season of the Yuletide, all the gates should be open, so that to allow for vehicular movements, free vehicular movements everywhere without being held up in traffic.
Okay, so for some communities that lock their gates because they don't want movements around, what do you think the government should do as a sanction to them, or should there be consequences to these actions?
I want to believe the law enforcement agencies or the task force should, really go around to ensure that all gates are open. So if the gates are locked, they should ensure that it's open. That's just it.
Thank you so much for your contribution.
Oh, well.
Good day to you, sir.
Good day.
And compliments of the season.
Thank you very much.
First of all, asking what's your take about communities that are gated and then they lock it during festive period like this?
Well, it's actually a good thing. To me, it is a good thing, especially from the evening or till night. It's a very good thing. This festive period, this is when thieves and armed robbers operate. So I think it's a very good thing.
For gates or communities that are linked to other that are connected and they have to lock it early, do you think there should be consequences? Should government step in to such situations?
Well, in case of that, there should be security that should accurately, they should intervene to check. Maybe the motorist passing, they should check if that might work. So they should check, and then if it's actually a very important road and there's no other way they could pass, and then they could say that they want to check and then allow them motorists pass.
Thank you.
Yeah, well.
Good day to you, ma.
Good day.
And compliments of the season to you.
Thank you. I wish you the same.
Thank you so much. So we're asking communities that lock their gates, especially during festive period like this, what do you think about it?
Yeah, I think it's actually nice. Like, it's part of like taking safety measures, because you know that during Christmas or festive periods like this, people are always up and down, stealing, doing bad things. So locking the gates early is actually like a kind of taking precaution, like against theft and all other bad things that can happen during festive season.
Now, for those who are major roads and they lock their gates early, do you think there should be consequences? Since during Christmas period it takes longer time.
Yeah, I understand that. I feel like there should be. How will I put it? There should be like a time frame. So they'll communicate with people around the community and be like, oh, this time we are going to lock the gate. So everybody works towards that time, because everybody should understand that they are trying to do everything that is good for the community, not for just one person. So that's just
much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Dayo has been speaking with some residents of Ikeja, and you can feel in the background there, it appears most of them are having some cool time during this period. I'll get back to the permanent secretary shortly, but the flash update coming in, this is within the Lekki-Ajah corridor. It says the earlier overnight impediment of a mini truck at Chisco intersection in Watikate has been pushed to the side of the road. So normalcy restored within that particular corridor. Things are looking pretty good at this time. Let me see if I can comb through one or two more before we get back to the conversation. Yes, we're still tracking that stock vehicle within the Okiodo end by Mobile, and I understand it receiving attention at this time as well. We'll continue to track that from time to time. All right, getting back to that, Mr. Olawale Musa, you heard from people on the streets there. What do you make of their responses?
Yeah, you see, everybody has an opinion about issues. Just like naturally, people view things from different perspectives, but it's better for us to look at the perspective of the law, the perspective of security, and the perspective of safety.
All right.
Okay, so it is what the law says. It's possible. I can like urinating in the public. Okay, I like it. I'm just saying it.
Right.
But the law does not allow you, so I won't do it.
All right, let's see if we can take some responses from outside as well. 08099120777. What do you make about the issue of these gated streets, especially during the Yuletide season? And you heard from people there. Some said you have some young boys who are trying to use that to, just collect tolls from people so that they can celebrate. All right, 08099120777 and 09153877127. These are the numbers that you can use to get in touch with us if you want to be part of the program this morning. All right, some messages coming here. Says, good morning, Victor and the PS. So please, what is the government's stance on gates permanently blocking major access roads? Kelvin is sending that one in. Do we still have that around?
If you have any such incident, please report it. We will remove it.
Okay. All right. So, Kelvin, if you can give us examples of any areas that you've seen where you have those gated streets that are permanently locked, like you said, you can let us know. And of course, the DPS have said they will go there and look for how to deal with that kind of a situation. Let's take this call that's coming in. Hello there. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning, Victor. How are you?
Very good. Who am I speaking with?
My name is Babatunde, and good morning to the PS.
Good morning, sir.
It's quite good, some of these nations or some of the things the state government do. But unfortunately, they turn some of them into revenue generation. Like this getting something or cause a little bit of row at our last CDC meeting. Because you get an approval, and after that, there must be some renewal you will be paying. If you are watching something to get that, I don't see all this matter of turning the thing to revenue generation. There are many things the Ministry of Transportation are supposed to even be doing on the road, because I'm happy when the PS was talking, he said, let's talk about road movement. We've been shouting about Ikeja along for a long time. The pedestrian crossing from Anefoushi falls on the express road. Nothing is being done about it. Every day you have these blue and white long buses parking on the main road. They made the overhead bridge for the road to be convenient and for it to be free. But unfortunately, you make good things, and in the end, you put some log jams at the end of it. And everybody is saying, okay, we are looking at it. The traffic wardens will say they are looking at it. They will do something about it. It's years now they've opened the overhead bridge and the same problem. Same goes for the overhead bridge too in Yaba. They made areas for commercial vehicles to park, but they won't. It's on the top or underneath the overhead bridges they will park, and nothing is being done about this. Please, gated should be done, but it shouldn't be revenue generation for the state government. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Babatunde. But I'm sure if you heard what the permanent secretary is saying, he's not saying that gated streets should be in place. Rather, he said before anything can be done, the ministry will go there and then they will sample the opinions to find out if it's going to be fit or perhaps going to affect the flow of traffic as well. All right, 08099120777 and 09153877127. That's the numbers that you can connect with us. Permanent Secretary, you want to react to?
Yeah, there are two issues to say. You see, let me firstly talk about the bridge. And you see, the challenge we're having is everybody keeps blaming yellow buses. And when I say I know yellow buses, they are a menace.
All right.
But our people are also a menace. If you ask me why, I was going to Onepan, and when you get to Ilupeju,
right,
there's just a bus stop in front. You see people waiting at the junction to enter bus. And few meters away, not up to 10 meters, there's a bus stop where they can stay and enter bus. Now, they will stay there. The buses will stay there to pick them up. They are not talking now when they are the ones causing the traffic. But as they proceed forward, and other people do the same thing, they start complaining that there is traffic. You see, it's a function of our people. Okay, all of us together, both us, the commuters, the drivers, everybody, we are all to blame.
All right, let's see if we can take some more calls, because I see the lines are buzzing. Hello there, good morning. Hello. Okay, can you hear me? All right, it's a bad connection. This message says, are there times restrictions for opening and closing of gates in gated streets are allowed?
I think we just said that. I said between the hours of 5 a.m. and 10 p.m.
10 p.m.
Okay, that is if you have approval. You must have an approval for that to work.
All right. Hello there. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Victor.
All right. What's your name?
My name is Femi. I'm calling from I'm calling from Ikeja.
All right, go ahead, Femi.
Yes, please, on the issue of this gated, I understand, we all understand is about security, right? That's fair enough. But the issue is, most of the time, the people they put at this gate are usually all these contracted companies that have to, give account to the CDAs. I'm sure we all remember the Oteri issue. And Oteri is a very notorious point for that thing. The back gate from Oteri, you can link it to Olawale, to Omole phase 2 and all that.
Right.
You can imagine, a lot of trailers always break down at that bridge. And eventually you have to need that access point going through that Oteri back gate to be able to get access route.
Right.
But yeah, these guys will lock the gate. Like see the incident of the cars that burned all through that day. Cars were burning and these people still locked the gate because the guys there could not make decisions by themselves to let people, to pass through to save lives and everything. Is it worth it? That's a very important, like, you said something about people manning the gate, but the people manning the gate, they don't make decisions.
Right.
They have to, contact the CDA before all that, and lives and properties will have just been wasted, especially that Oteri gate.
All right, let's
allow the notorious point for trailers breaking down.
Yes, let's allow the PS to react to that. Femi, thank you so much for your call. Time really not our friend, but what do you make of that? Especially that Oteri Permanent Secretary.
I can remember the incidents he was talking about. I was the GMO last month then, and I was there, and it's actually happened. So I will not deny it. Like they happen, but it's an aberration. The truth is, you see people do things because it doesn't concern them. Like they are not affected. This is my area, I'm not affected, so they lock. But they also, they navigate the state. They navigate other houses. If other people do the same thing, okay, they were going to experience the same thing those other people, especially that was an emergency. It should never have happened. And I think we had a discussion with them, and I don't believe such incident will ever repeat itself.
Except again.
Yes.
All right, then quickly, let me react to some messages coming in. This one says, good one, Mr. Musa. Some streets close their gates as early as 8:30 p.m., especially here on the island. Is totally unfair. Say, what penalties exist for communities that do such?
Yes.
Fumbi is doing the
for
same.
For you to have a gate, you must first of all have an agreement with us. Okay. We have an agreement. So if you breach that agreement, we come and remove the gate. So when people complain, and I keep telling people, complain to us, we will react.
All right. This one says, what can be done to enlighten communities with gated streets that closes their gates too early, with effect on emergency response times and ambulances, fire trucks, and even law enforcement? Oscar, send that one in from Oshakba.
Yeah, people don't even know that we have communities where they fight each other on gates. Some will say we want gates, some will say they don't want gates. And you see some communities where because a street install gate, they also want to install their own gate.
Right.
Okay, so we do a lot of mediation. Okay, a lot of mediation to ensure that the gates we have there work for the state, work for traffic.
Right. Can I sneak that call in? With just 30 seconds, let me see. All right. Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning, Mr. Victor.
All right, good morning. Dr. Busari, quickly.
Dr. Busari.
Yes, quickly.
Yeah, my contribution again, apart from the gated estates, the activities of the youths during Yuletide, where they block the road and they start collecting illegal levies, 100 naira, 200 naira, I think something like that.
Okay.
Now, does it mean that as many times as one passes by, you have to give them money?
That's another thing. Okay. All right. Let's allow you to respond because of time. Thank you so much, Dr. Busari, for your contribution. So, can people refuse to pay those tolls?
No, obviously, it's not something that is compulsory. You see, where I grew up, where I went there sometime and I saw boys. What do I have to do? But give us something. You know those things you want to give them, but it cannot be compulsory. Okay, that when it becomes compulsory, it becomes a security challenge. Okay, and the security operatives just complain to all the security operatives will move in.
Right. So, if you see any of those illegal gated streets, they can report to the ministry?
Yes.
All right. Where can they report to there?
You can make a call. 090 2000 9000, 090 2000 4000. Make a call. to us. We will investigate.
Okay, then we'll leave it at that for now. It's always a thing of joy to have you in the studios. And anytime you come in, Permanent Secretary, the phones are buzzing forever. It's nice having you in the building. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right, he is Olawale Musa, the Permanent Secretary, Lagos State Ministry of Transportation. And this morning, we've been able to dissect regulations for gated streets in Lagos, the Yuletide dimension. We have to go. Dayo Anthony has produced the program. Maximum thanks to Bolanle Ogunlola, who is Director of Public Affairs for the Ministry of Transport. Thank you so much for supplying the infos and working tirelessly behind the scene. From our social media team, we do appreciate Remy Aluko. And of course, our executive producer is Tayo Akonle. My name is Victor Oteri. Have a great day. Bye.